Welcome back, everyone, and it's day 4 now. And looking at the current standings here, I have added that one rare plot of land from yesterday, and that puts me at a monthly residual of, well, actually it's supposed to be 16 cents, but we'll talk about why it's gone up to 20 cents as of right now. I want to talk about the last day and a half. I've been up in DC on a trip, and I've come back, and I'm recording this video like immediately after to show how much I've gained over the last little while for the Beer Money Engine account. And with coin, I'm up to 34,968, and I'm going to talk about how I got to that total. As you can see, there is a huge clue here on everything that I've done. So let's get to it. So we'll first start off with Atlas Earth, where I have just gotten 100 Atlas bucks. So we're going to go ahead and reveal one of those lands first before we get to coin. One more thing before I go to my final ad and finish this up and get our third parcel of land is that one thing I forgot to mention was if you clicked here, you probably noticed that you can cash out. Well, you can't quite cash out yet as of the time of this video, but I'm sure for most of you guys, you'll be able to cash out by the time you see this. And I believe it's $5 and you'll get to PayPal. But I think you'll be able to cash out more than $5, at least according to the interface that I got to see regarding the cash out option. And then you can also convert every whole dollar, so whole dollar, into Atlas bucks, and you will get 25 Atlas bucks to $1, which is quite the discount. That's why I had mentioned that even though Atlas bucks seem like it is 20 Atlas bucks to $1, it's more like 25 to $1 when you convert it, use it directly through Atlas Earth with whatever money that you have. But we're a long way from that dollar. That is going to be one of those strategies is early on, we're going to want to convert as much money as we can into Atlas bucks in order to get to a magical 125 parcel limit. And then from there, we will talk about what we will do with the money. And I'll talk about why 125 parcels tomorrow. So hang on for a moment. I'm going to get that final ad, and we're going to see what the next parcel brings us. All right, it is time. I got my final ad, putting me at over 100. So now let us buy some land. I'm going to click buy land. Okay, I'm going to rearrange the... I think I have to go backwards here. This is always so weird. I'm going to click buy land, and that's not working. Hang on. One thing I gotta say is I wish that the angle were a little bit better on this. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna click on this. I'm going to click buy land, and let's see what we get. And it is a common, so that's gonna add another 6 cents a month or so for us. And that's putting us at about 26, 27 cents a month. I'll do the calculations and put the tab up later. So with that being said, I'm now going to change phones and talk about coin. All right, so now I am on my A32, and I had to move to this main account because in order for me to work on this experiment correctly, I needed to have my Coinbase account on me, and unfortunately, Coin only locks a Coinbase account to one account, so I was forced to use my main. And the way that I went about simulating just how much coin that I have gained was that I did have a log, and I kept track of all the coin that I gained over the last several days. And I went ahead and I just am kind of bringing in the amount of coin that I have in waves, basically. So yeah, actually the first night I actually did have 28,000 coin, and I will explain how I got there. But first, the basics. So the basics are that this is a game of sorts where you explore and you want to geomine a particular 40 by 40 meter parcel by simply clicking this little mine button here. So you click that and you'll receive a certain amount of coin. Now this much is due to having something called a Sentinel X. Now the Sentinel X is sort of a card or a little pendant that you can buy or get free with shipping and handling that we talked about in a previous day video. And that will help you basically increase your geomining capabilities by 12 times. Now, you can also do this with one of their paid plans, but I strongly suggest going free and just paying the one-time $13 or $60, whatever you want, for it. Or if you followed one of my previous videos, I believe the day 2 one, it shows you exactly how to get one for free without having to spend any money out of pocket. there is also the ability to do something called witnessing. So every once in a great while, someone will hit upon these actual mines. And with these mines, you can actually see just how much coin that they gained off of that mine. And what you can do is you can click on it, and if you're one of the first 200 users to witness it, you can get a small piece of that pie. Let me see if I can refresh some. You can refresh up to 3 times, and if you find one, that kind of shows up almost immediately out there, then you might want to grab it. I'm going to show an example about the amount of coin that I will gain when I'm able to, so just hang on for a moment. Alright, so if I click here, you can see that I was one of the first 200 witnesses, and I have earned 0.03 coin. Now, the sooner that you manage to witness, the more coin that you can get. I believe the top prize is 1% of the big coin if you are the first witness, and I've gotten first witness a few times. It is a nice way to gain some money, especially early on if you're not having a Sentinel X. There's also the ability to get a bonus drop as well. Every time you geomine, you get to level up this bonus drop, and that will give you a certain amount of arbitrary amount of coin every week, which is kind of nice as well. If you want to geomine this again, you're either going to have the option of waiting a few minutes, or you can click. I think I mentioned this before in day 2, that you can play a mini game, and it can be anything like tap the pair, click something, or arrange the numbers from least to greatest. So let's find the pair, and it can be anywhere from 3 to 5, but they will get increasingly more difficult as you do more of the mini games. So I'll mine here again, and also the diminishing returns is also very apparent here. As you notice, it's down to 0.13. There's also the background rewards. So these background rewards, every time you go away for a while, it will hold on to about 3 hours of the amount of rewards that you want to get, and you can collect right here. Now, I believe if I clicked here, it will show you that with the basic plan, you're going to have to put on coin about 90 minutes in order to recharge, and only gives you about 1-time rewards and a 3-hour maximum. If you spend money on the Plus or Pro programs, which I will talk a little bit more about later on, you probably notice that you will get more recharge and more maximum. And I'll talk about if the Plus or Pro plan might be right for you as well. As you can see, I've collected quite a bit of coin off of that already in these last 2 weeks. Also, the Sentinel X is right here, and you can choose whichever one that you have the ability to scan your device. And once you have the ability to scan a device, it will be good for 4 hours. For the Plus program, it is 8, and for the Pro, it is 12, I believe. So yeah, every 4 hours, you just got to scan it using NFC or Bluetooth, and it will automatically scan it for you. All right, 2 more things. The purple flag here is going to take us into something called geoclaiming. Now, every time you pay 5 coin, you will get a piece of ownership of a particular square. In this case, this square for me around Kannapolis, Mooresville, and a little bit of Salisbury. Now, ownership means that you'll get a certain chance to get a piece of every coin that's geomined. Now, with 5 coin, you're only going to get like less than 1%, so I have a less than 1% chance of getting that 10%. And much of the time, it's really not worth it. If you're under, I'd say like 10% ownership, then you're almost bound to get less than 10% of what you get back. And usually that amounts to not getting very much, and you don't get much return on your investment. Unless you're planning to put down a good 1,000, 2,000, maybe even 5,000 coin on this, I strongly suggest not doing it, or maybe just putting 5 coin right at Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's probably where it is most profitable because you'll have the highest ownership for at least a few minutes before it goes back down. So that's just my advice on that one. And finally, there's this green part here. You can see there's a lot of green here, and these are other ways that you can earn coin. The first way is that you can gain this and click this green button, not gain, but you can click it, and you can earn anything from 3 to 8 coin. Now, if you have the paid plan, it's going to be more like 10 to 18. But yeah, you can watch a video ad and earn 8 coin. So let me go ahead and do that. So 1 second. All right, I completed the ad, and we have 8 coin here. So I'm going to go ahead and click resume, and you'll see the 8 coin show up. Now, you're probably wondering why I did not give this advice early on in day 2, and part of that is because the coin conversion here, 8 coin does not even amount to 1 penny. You'll get a lot more bang for your buck right now off of paying for and seeing ads in Atlas Earth, and only seeing ads here if you really have no other option. Now, there's other things that you can do here, like participate in surveys where you can get up to 500 to 600 coin. There's also these store visits, so every time you go to the store, you can also gain something like 20 coin, I believe, just for walking in. And you can go do some product scans as well, and every time you scan a product and it actually works, sometimes it will not work, you will get 25 coin. There's also special offers where you can sign up. Now, that one, those are pretty heavily involved. The one that I'm most interested in, though, at least early on, is rewarded play. So if you click rewarded play and you go to, say, premium adventures, what's great about this, got it here, is that you can actually earn a certain amount of coin by playing and reaching a certain level in a game. And there are even some programs as well, some apps that you can download here that are really easy. Like this one, for example, Tubi, literally first day, 683 coin. I click on it, find a movie to watch any movie or TV show. Literally 30 seconds was all you needed to do. And that was yours, 683. Watch at least 15 seconds of content on Pluto TV, 956 coin. That is quite a bit for 15 seconds of watching. Yes, there's this big one right here, but it took me 7 to 9 days to finish up, which is the reason why you're not seeing it on my sheet yet. There is a delay on that, and that money is going to come in very, very soon. I would say within the next few days. And then there's also BitLife here. Just play this game 10 times, 1304. Board Kings basically finished the tutorial, 1037. So you can see there's a lot of options here available for you. And yeah, I'm even working on some of them right here, although some of them kind of have their limits. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure I'm hit my limit on ×2 blocks and Solitaire Grand Harvest. But yeah, that's one of them. And also, if I go back to rewarded play, there's also extended challenges. I haven't done any of those, but they do give out a lot of coin for doing something that will take multiple days to complete. But there's also this bite-sized fun as well. Now, if you click on it, then you'll see some of the games that you can play, and for just a minute, you can just immediately gain coin. And then it kind of increases to like every 2 minutes, and 3 minutes, and 4 minutes, and so on. Now, these are kind of small, but when you start out, you're going to get some of these featured games, and they will give you a lot of coin in return. This one's going to give upwards of 10,000. This one's going to give 9,500. This one's going to give 6,400. You can probably gain about 9 to 10,000 coin in a single day. And this one here, current, yeah, we're going to talk about this one because this is a good way to get a little bit of money for the active engine. It's a very small amount of money compared to what my main active engine is going to be, but I will talk about that tomorrow alongside Atlas Earth. So now that we've completed all that, and you know about the surveys, and you know about how I managed to get so much coin early on, mostly not through geomining, but mostly through other stuff, you're probably wondering where the residual income's going. Well, this little gold button here, called the HODL rewards, HODL rewards, as you can see, you get an annual yield on the coin that you keep. A grand total of, in this case I have 79,000, but I will get 7.93, roughly 0.01%. For every 10,000 coin, I will get 1 coin of interest per day. Now, there's these other things that I don't really recommend, which are Uniswap positions for liquidity and verify wallets. Unless you're really into crypto, I suggest don't worry about this, focus on this. And there is a 50,000 coin limit on the interest, and that is where we make the money. Basically, if you can get to a point where you hit the maximum limit of 50,000 coin a day, that is going to amount to 1.5 million coin a month, which is equal to roughly $650 to $700 a month. Now, that's quite a bit, but getting there is going to be extremely difficult. That's why you're going to need a really big boost through stuff like rewarded play. And that's where my strategy is, and I want to see how fast I can get to those upper echelons. Because for a lot of people that I know, they're only up to about 1 million, 2 million, 3 million coin. And I want to see how fast I can get to that point and maybe even beyond. And hopefully, 7.93 coin, When I convert it, it actually does not add up to very much. Let's go to the redeem here. So if I click here and I click redeem, 22.1 XYO per 1,000 coin. I did the conversion on that. That comes out to about 43 cents per 1,000 coin. So that basically means that 10,000 coin is going to give me $4.30, which means it's about 2,350 coin to a dollar. So that means that the amount that I currently have in residual, at least for coin's sake, is approximately 4.4 cents. And that's not counting, though, the 79,000 full. This is the 34,000 I'm currently counting. Now, as you can see, it does start extremely slow, but you can build a heck of a residual income, over double that of Atlas Earth, I feel like, potentially. Maybe even triple. So with that, we have completed the, quote, game part of the passive engine. Now we're going to start creating the other part of the passive engine, but first we're going to need an active engine. And the active engine means actually, going online and spending an hour or two doing certain things to gain some money. And I will talk about the undisputed heavyweight champion of that on my next video, and why I'm pretty much going to base about 80 to 90% of my active income on it. And from here on out, I've shown you pretty much what Atlas Earth and Coin is about. From here, I'm just going to talk about my own strategy, and I don't expect everyone to follow me, but I will just show what my strategy is starting tomorrow and how I'm going to build money, and I'm just going to keep track. So that's pretty much it. This video went way longer than I wanted to, but part of it was Coin is just very involved, as you can see. And I'm just going to show some highlights and talk about my day from here on out and talk about my strategy and where I want to go. Eventually, yes, the third part of the passive income is going to be some sort of stocks and building up dividends, but we need to actually have that active money working first. So that's sort of a sneak peek. We won't talk about that, though, until I actually have built up enough to get a minimum balance in so that we can get started on that. So tomorrow we'll talk about where I'm going to get that active income, and also I'll give an update on Atlas Earth and Coin as well. So that being said, that's pretty much it for day 4. I will see you guys tomorrow with a much shorter video. Bye, everyone.